30-minute presentation to do in 5 minutes. So it's me, Alexa. Hi there. Alexa is doing really, really well in the market. We're very, very pleased. Most of the big feature films are being shot with Alexa. In fact, the whole Marvel franchise is being shot with Alexa. And we're very, very proud that for 3 years in a row now, feature films that have been shot with Alexa have won Best Cinematography and Best Visual Effects in the Oscars. We have a new brochure that has all that detailed information in there if you want to. Now, the one thing we're seeing more and more is that people are shooting ARRI RAW. Big feature films have been shooting ARRI RAW all along. Now with the XT camera, also lower budget feature films are shooting ARRI RAW, or sometimes also ProRes 2K. Now, in addition, there are lots of television episodicals being shot on Alexa. In fact, we estimate in the US market we have about an 85% market share for television episodicals, and those are mostly shot on Alexa with ProRes. Now, there's some ARRI RAW. In fact, some people are starting to shoot the visual effects stuff on ARRI RAW. And that brings me to the next, which is commercials. A ton of commercials are being shot with Alexa, and there we've seen a big change. Last year we had about 2% commercials shot on ARRI RAW, 2% on ARRI RAW, the rest on ProRes, and this year we're up to about 25%. So ARRI RAW is really gaining market share in commercials. Now this brings me to our current offering, the Alexa XT cameras. They're very, very popular. They're doing really, really well in the market right now. And the main features of the XT cameras are that we have in-camera ARRI RAW. It's those features. Let's take a look at them in a little more detail. In-camera ARRI RAW simply means there's not an extra box on top of the camera. You can use faster, it's much easier, and of course then more affordable because there's no extra box to rent to shoot ARRI RAW. Goes up to 120 frames a second and at the full image quality. So we're using the full sensor, you get the full image quality. There's nothing reduced about 120 frames a second. 4x3, Alexa is the only digital production camera in the market that has a tall sensor. So if you want to shoot anamorphic, you really have to shoot with the Alexa camera because it's the only camera that supports 4x3. Then Open Gate is a new mode we've introduced recently with the Alexa XT cameras. It allows you to use every single photo site on the Alexa sensor, which is great for visual effects shots. I was just visiting World of Warcraft up in Vancouver. They're shooting Open Gate, and they're actually using it to do a 2.39 image extraction later on. There's a number of other movies that are shooting Open Gate. It's also great for up-resing to 4K, because from the resolution here in Open Gate, you have about 3.4K. to 4K is a very small step, and since the Alexa has the best image quality overall of all the cameras out there, the up-res 3.4K to 4K still looks better than what any of the other cameras out there have. And the last item are the internal full spectrum neutral density filters, as we call them. They're the only ND filters out there that don't start to shift color with densities above ND 0.9. Some of the DPs have started to use them, and they're very, very happy with these filters. They also avoid some of the reflection issues that Philip had talked about, because you now have a filter not in the matte box, but behind the lens. We have a couple of pieces of paper that you can download from the internet that actually show you the graph of the spectral response, as well as some sample images. I'd encourage you to do that. Any DP whom I've shown those two pieces of paper has instantly switched to the new filters. Next, we have a new reader that Codex has developed for us. This is a CFast 2.0 reader. As you can see in the bottom, the Alexa XT camera can accept capture drives, can accept CFast 2.0 cards, and can accept SPS Pro cards. For the CFast cards, there's a new reader we will be distributing, and that of course also works with the CFast 2.0 cards that the Amira uses. Next, we're working right now very hard on software update packet 10. We believe very strongly in continuing to support our cameras with new features. Software update packet 10 will have the ability to rotate the image by 180 degrees. Great when you want to take the Steadicam, quickly flip it upside down to do a quick low mode shot. But it's also great for the ultra wide angle zoom that Torsten talked about, because that actually has the image upside down. Switching from regular speed to high speed used to take 40 seconds with the Alexa. which is a pain if Martin Scorsese is breathing down your neck and you're the poor assistant standing there waiting for 40 seconds while everybody waits for you. So we're trying to reduce that. I've recently seen a beta version that has it down to about 20 seconds, which is a great improvement. We're going to be introducing Open Gate for Alexa XTM. We haven't had that. A lot of the aerial shooters who've mounted Alexa XTMs in helicopter and gyro mounts have been asking for that, so that'll come. And then we're also going to be able to, again, have a clean, independent monitor output. Actually have 2 total clean, independent monitor outputs, something that we had to take away when we introduced high-speed ProRes 2K 4x3 and Open Gate modes. There are a number of other very exciting features that I'm personally very excited about. I just can't talk about it right now, which kills me. But this will be available free of charge as a download from the ARRI website somewhere around Q3 2014. Right now, middle of July looks good, but the official word is Q3 2014. And now I am vamping for my colleague Henning. I'll tell you a little bit about Alexa workflow. We just released ARRI Raw Converter 3.0. It's a Mac program that allows you to debayer ARRI RAW images. We've added the ability to upres to UHD1 or DCI 4K from Alexa footage. I think this will really, really help. And the footage, as I said, looks fantastic. It also supports all the new features of the Alexa cameras. With that comes also a command line tool that the big special effects companies use to integrate our debayering engine into their pipelines. And we also have a software developer kit, so third parties can put our color science, our debayering engine into their products. And you have a long list of products there. I'm just not going to rattle off right now. Next, we have ARRI Meta Extract 3.0. We also just released that. That allows you from any file the Alexa can produce, ARRI Raw ProRes DNX, you can extract the metadata to then use it later in special effects. And that's very popular with special effects guys because it allows them to save time. Now comes a preview. The ARRI Raw Converter 3.1 will support the new Macs, Mac Pros. They're devilishly fast. We've done a test where we only used one of the GPUs. We were able to get 30 frames a second debayering, which is quite something without any extra stuff. It'll support image rotate, and then we're very happy about the new ARRI debayering algorithms. That's how you get from a raw image to a color image. We've talked to a lot of people what they think about our current images. We've gotten a lot of feedback. Our engineers have created a new algorithm that has cleaner high contrast edges, especially in high frequency detail. Little tree branches are particularly difficult for Bayer cameras to deal with. Has also less noise, which is specifically in the blue channel, which is great for blue screen. The guys from Marvel really wanted that for their special effects movies. But it has the same colorimetry, so colors will look the same as with the current ARRI debayering algorithms, so you can intercut between the two. And that'll be available later on this year. Right now we're also trying to figure out if we can actually stick this new algorithm into the camera, but we don't know if we can do that, so we'll see. Almost done. Marketing, we have a very cool new sales brochure. Take a look at that. New price list, new poster. There's a new show reel that shows you a number of different types of ARRI Raw productions, from commercials to low budget features to high-end features with Robert Redford. There are new updated web pages, and we have a new version of the Alexa online simulator with software version 9.1, which is the current Alexa software.